We're going to start the video at the point where I begin to speak, and let's go.
Go ahead. All right. Well, I'll start quietly, and I want to say three things without being interrupted, okay? Just three things. The first thing I want to say is to Kareem about the video that I did about when you said the word was whisper when it really was command, and I showed various examples of that. I
didn't say that, brother. I said
the
word is ya'mur, and you would think in English that it has the context of command, whereas though we're talking about an invisible being speaking to a person, therefore...
Now, let me stop right here. What I'm bringing up to him right now, I told him that I had 3 points to make. I brought up a point from a previous show that I was on, and I got him busted lying. You can go see that video. It's the one where it says Kenny Bomer co-host Kareem caught lying. You can go watch that video and you will see where he just lied in this video, because the hadith that's in mention is the one when Mohammed said that there is a jinn attached to every one of you, and they asked Muhammad, they said, you too? And he said, yes, but he only commands me for the good. And we're going to show you why this Kareem has to constantly lie. He lied because he said that, as you just seen, he said that he did not say that it didn't say command. So he's absolutely lying. You can go see him lying in the video where it says Kareem is caught lying. So I just had to let you know that so you won't get lost in the sauce.
I use the word that also shows up in the Quran during these contexts, which is yuwaswisu. So it is him commanding, or the word is command, but it's not.
You see, he's trying to deny that the word doesn't mean command, even though the word means command. And I don't know if I'm gonna go through that whole process of showing you where this word is used and how it's also used in other hadiths. When the same Arabic word is used, it's referring to command and nothing about whisper. But reluctantly, he is having to say whisper in this hadith, singling out this particular hadith, because he knows he has to say that, because it doesn't look good for him to say that his prophet was being commanded by a wicked shaitan.
In the context that an English speaker who's not familiar with what these words would mean in an Arabic context, and also in the context of the unseen world.
Okay, I got you. I'm not going to even respond to it because I got you. I got what you said.
Now, I told him that I wasn't going to respond to it because the white Caucasian guy you see with the kufi on, his name is Kenny Bomer. Okay, whenever I'm on their show, whenever I start getting them busted, he has an itchy finger, which is quick to hit the mute button whenever yours truly, Brother Jacob, starts to speak up, because he knows the things that I'm saying is irrefutable, and he gets nervous and very panicky. He gets very panicky because he realizes that I be dropping him truth bombs, and he doesn't want his panel to be exposed. So let's go to the hadith that was in mention that you see this guy was trying to lie about. So let's go to sunnah.com, and I already have it prepared for you. I didn't think I would have to go back to this, but apparently we do. Now, you can even see in the heading of the chapter where this hadith is found. It even has in the heading of the chapter 16, the mischief of the shaitan, and how he sends his troops to tempt people, and with every person there is a Qarin, companion from among the jinn. It even says, the chapter heading even proves what I'm saying. Chapter 16, the mischief of the shaitan and how he sends his troops. If shaitan is one who commits mischief and he sends his troops, which means the other shaitan who work for him, he sends his troops to tempt people And with every person, there is a Quran companion from among the jinn. So even in the heading where the hadith is found, it lets you know that it's talking about a shaitan and the evil and the mischief that he does and his troops that he sends out to tempt people. So it's so easy to get this little lying rat coward Kareem busted, who even said that he was going to snitch if I said anything about Islam, because that's what they do. So now let's read the hadith, and we're not going to keep you long in this video because it doesn't take a long time to get these Muslims busted. Now, let's read what it says. Abdullah B. Masud reported that Allah's messenger said, "There is none amongst you with whom is not an attach from amongst the jinn." And they even have, next to jinn, they have devil. So it's talking about a devil. They, the companions, said, Allah's messenger, with you too? That's what they asked Mohammed when he told them that that there is none of them who doesn't have a jinn, devil, attached to them. And they said, Allah's messenger, with you too? Thereupon he said, yes, but Allah helps me against him, and so I am safe from his hand. So the question to Kareem is, why would Allah have to help Muhammad from the hand from something that is good and pleasant? Because Kareem was trying to insinuate that this jinn, that this shaitan that was helping, that was commanding Muhammad was a good jinn. Because his excuse was that there are two categories of jinn. He was trying to say that there are good jinn and there are bad jinn. So if this was a good jinn, then why would Allah have to help protect Muhammad and to keep him safe from the hand of this shaitan?
False potato, you need to calm down, because first of all, Kareem was right in saying that the Satan commands me but for good. Satan actually, when it says command in Arabic, it means that Satan whispers. Because for example, I can go command a person to do something by also going to him and whispering to him, right? Similarly, Satan can do the same thing. And as the hadith said, he did not say it, when it says I am safe from his hand, right? This was actually, and so he became Muslim. This is wrong translation. I am safe from his hand is wrong translation, because it says وَإِيَّايَ إِلَّا أَنَّ اللَّهَ أَعَانَنِي عَلَيْهِ فَأَسْلَمَ. فَأَسْلَمَ. What does أسلم mean? Aslam means he converted to Islam, or he became Muslim, right? And then afterwards you see فَلَا يَأْمُرُنِي إِلَّا بِخَيْرٍ, and he does not command me except what is good. So before, the jinn was commanding the Prophet Muhammad to do evil, and as we know, Satan commands through whispering, right? And the command in the Arabic language means, Amr can mean he advises, right? And as we saw before, that Kareem was actually correct, because I will play the clip again where what Kareem said that command means to whisper, and he did not deny that command was there, by the way. He actually agreed that command is there, but command in the sense of whisper, because Satan, he commands us to do evil by whispering to us, by advising us to do evil, right? Not actually commanding us, forcing us, right? But command means that he advises us to do evil, and he tries to tempt us to do evil. But then afterwards, when the jinn of the Prophet Muhammad became good, what is meant by that, when he became Muslim, he started to command the Prophet Muhammad to do good things, right? To start to advise the Prophet Muhammad to do good things. Now I'll play the clip where Kareem did not deny that command is there. He did not deny it. He said he commands through whispers.
Various examples of that
I
same
didn't say that, brother. I said
I didn't interrupt you.
the word is ya'mur, and you would think in English that it has the context of command, whereas though we're talking about an invisible being speaking to a person. Therefore, I use the word that also shows up in the Quran during these contexts, which is yuwaswisu. So it is him commanding, or it is, the word is command, but it's not.
You see? And I'm about to paste the exact Arabic word Now watch this. Watch all of the other hadiths where this same word comes up, and watch. As you see, narrated Aisha, that's the first one. When I was menstruating, the Prophet would order me, okay? Not only does it mean command, in English it means order, command. As you see, it's a command. Because right here, instead of, I guess in the Arabic, they don't really have a word for order, but they use that same word command. As you see in the search bar, see underneath each one of these hadiths, they have the Arabic. They have the original hadith in Arabic. As you see, the English is on the top, and then they have the Arabic on the bottom, how it's really written. And when you scroll up, you see that word, the bold black, the Arabic word that's in the search bar. It means command. Okay? It means command. It doesn't mean whisper. It means command. Let's give you another example.
So yes, false potato, Brother Kareem was actually correct, while you were the one who was wrong. And Brother Kareem actually exposed you without you knowing. And let's keep this in mind. When Satan commands somebody, he commands us all. Allah mentions in the Quran that Satan commands us all to do immorality, to do bad things. How does that command work, false potato? Does it work through Satan speaking to you? You can hear his voice? Or is it whispering? He whispers it in your mind. And so your mind, your thoughts tell you that to do bad things. He actually whispers it. That's how he commands. And Allah actually says to all of us humans, including Adam, the first human being, in chapter 2 of the Quran, verse 268, Satan threatens you with poverty and orders you to immorality. Orders you, the same word is used. وَيَأْمُرُكُمْ. And the hadith that you showed, فَلَا يَأْمُرْنِي, as you can see, يَأْمُرْنِي, right? يَأْمُرْنِي means he orders me. يَأْمُر alone means order, an order. يَأْمُرُكُمْ with kim in the end, right? Ya'mur, kim means he orders you, people. It's plural. So it says that Satan threatens you with poverty and orders you to immorality. So he commands you, orders you to immorality. He commands you to do immorality. So that would mean, how would Satan command people? Just like he did to Prophet Adam. How did he command him in immorality? He whispered to him. In chapter 7 of the Quran, verse 20, it says, فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ. But Satan whispered to them, meaning to Adam and Eve, to make apparent to them that which was concealed from them of their private parts. He said, your Lord did not forbid you this tree except that you become angels or become of the immortal. And he, meaning Satan, swore by Allah to them, to Adam and Eve, indeed I am to you from among the sincere advisors. So as you can see, commanding in the Arabic language means he advised them, right? He advised them to do evil. So this is how he made them sin, right? And so he made them fall in his trap through deception. And when they tasted of the tree, their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of paradise. And their Lord called to them, did I not forbid you from that tree and tell you that Satan is to you a clear enemy? So this is how Adam and Eve sinned. Since Satan commanded them by advising them, by whispering to them in their minds, right? Whispering, making thoughts, bad, evil thoughts in their minds, so that they can do evil. That's what the word means. And Kareem was right, but you didn't understand the context. You thought that Satan would actually command them, meaning he would force them or order them, or by inspiration, by revelation. And you tried to think that this is Angel Gabriel inspiring to every prophet, including Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and commanding him, which means that he does evil. And you didn't understand the context. you probably thought that only Allah commands, right? And that human beings' command is different than Allah's command. Human beings' command is different than the angel commanding the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Similarly, with the jinn, commanding others is different than the angel commanding Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And with the angel commanding Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ could hear his voice, while Satan, he could not hear his voice when he commanded them by whispering to them. By placing, whispering means he places evil thoughts in their mind. He whispers, but we cannot hear the sound of his whisper, but we can think, we can have an imagery in our minds, a bad thought in our minds from Satan, right? This is what is called whisper of Satan. So you were wrong. I'm sorry, my friend, Brother Jacob, but Kareem exposed you here, and you did not understand properly. And I too exposed you as well. So now you need to repent and accept Allah as your God, and accept Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as your messenger, and accept that you were wrong. And on air, you're gonna have to apologize for everybody and say you're wrong before Kenny Bomer gets this video and posts it and exposes you, right, with Brother Kareem. So try, as I said again, to delete any embarrassing videos you made, because I will catch you and I will expose you slowly, bit by bit. That's gonna make you, destroy you into pieces and make you melt. Now if you go to Islam Q&A, Islam question and answer, they will say as well, the commands that are narrated in Islam are three types. First of all, the heading is, does the command of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mean that something is obligatory? That means if he commands you to do something, means he forcing you to do it in an obligation, right? And here it says that it can be obligatory and it can be at times as an advice. For example, it says here, a command which is accompanied by evidence that is not obligatory, such as the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, in which the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, pray. He's commanding, he's telling people to pray. For example, if you're commanding someone to fast, you say fast on this day. So he said, he's commanding, said pray before Maghrib, and the third time he said, for whoever wants to, not wanting the people to take it as a sunnah, right? So he says, the words for whoever wants to, in the case that the commands in the words pray before Maghrib does not mean that it is obligatory. So he's saying if you want to, right? Whoever wants to pray can pray before the Maghrib Salat, right? Which is the Sunnah, which is a type of Sunnah that is not very important, right? Like other Sunnahs, but it's a type of command that means for whoever wishes. So it's an advice from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. If you wish. So he commands a command, but if you wish.